Hello, hello, good morning, good morning. I am sort of live from the kitchen. I have been having internet troubles this morning, so I'm not actually live. I am recording this and I'm going to upload it so that you can still participate with me as I am live in my own kitchen. And today we're going to be making turkey chili. Okay, this one is really good, not just because the weather's starting to turn a bit colder, but because of all the awesome yumminess in it and how versatile this recipe really is. You can do it a number of ways, and I'm going to show you kind of the different options that you have. If you'd like the recipe, just comment below and let me know, and I will send you the recipe. And what this recipe can do for you, a couple of things. You can make it and eat it right away. You can cook the meat ahead of time and then just pull it out as you need to, which is something that I did. Because remember, a few weeks ago, I made turkey burgers. And so I had a whole bunch of turkey and I didn't have anything planned for all of it because of course I went to Costco and I bought the club pack. And so I had 4 of the packages and a couple I made into turkey burgers, and then I wasn't sure. So I just browned the ground turkey and put it into a Ziploc bag. I like to flatten it as much as possible because then it's really easy to thaw, and you can even get it out of the bag without it being completely thawed. Okay, because it's so thin, I can like break off a piece of it, put some in, or just use it. Okay, so mine is already pre-cooked, but with yours, you can put all the ingredients into. You can either like do it right now for dinner, and it'll be done in 20 minutes. You can put it into your slow cooker. You can do a little bit of both. I'm doing the cooked meat. Or what you can do is you can freeze everything and save it for one of those nights where you're really busy, you don't feel like cooking, and you need a freezer meal. Okay, you can pull this out and you can do the freezer meal. You can do it with the cooked. I actually just put the ground turkey right in, and then when I put it into the slow cooker, it cooks for the first time when you're doing that. So you can put raw meat into the freezer with the spices, with the ingredients for a freezer meal. Okay, such versatility for this turkey chili. It's amazing. Okay, so for me, I'm actually going to be putting this. Oh, I wanted to show you this in case you haven't seen this yet. This is amazing. This is a must-have if you're doing freezer meals, because you just slide your freezer bags, okay, into the clasp. It holds it open, and when you're pouring stuff in, it doesn't fall over. I don't know if you've ever tried making a meal where you didn't have one, right? And your bag is kind of sitting here and then it flops over right after you've put in your pasta sauce or your diced tomatoes, and it runs all over the counter. Really inconvenient. Amazon, okay? Great deal. And it stores nice and flat. I have a couple of them so I can have a couple stations while I'm doing freezer meals, okay? But back to the turkey chili. I'm using my slow cooker, okay? Whatever yours looks like. This one is from my university days. It has stuck around for a long time. So I'm gonna be putting everything into the slow cooker because tonight, yes, we're having turkey chili, okay? So obviously the recipe has directions for how to brown your turkey, for how long, and then the rest of the ingredients that go in, okay? So then it says salt and pepper to taste. Couple of things. I use the pink Himalayan sea salt. Okay, that one is a nice quality salt. The thing with sea salt is that since it's minimally processed, okay, it hasn't been taken apart and everything taken out so that it's white, it contains some minerals, including potassium, iron, and calcium. And a taste, usually I'll do a very generous sprinkle. Okay, so that's my to taste, maybe 2. There we go. And then black pepper, same thing to taste. I just like to shake that in there. Black pepper, I don't know if you know this, it actually has the ability to help your body absorb nutrients from other foods. Okay, so that's why there's always salt and pepper on the table, one, to season the food, okay, but also to allow your body to absorb nutrients more efficiently. okay? Black pepper. Add a little sprinkle. When you've got lots of spices and such, don't forget your black pepper. All right, next up is 1 cup of red bell pepper. I've already pre-diced mine, so I wouldn't take too much time, but I didn't bring my spatula. Just a sec. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if you knew this, but red pepper it's the same thing as a green pepper, it's just riper. It's just been in the sun longer, and so it has more nutrients, especially vitamin C. Red bell peppers are a great source of vitamin C as well as fiber. So that's why you pay a little bit more for the orange and the red peppers instead of the green, because it takes them a little bit longer to grow. They're not a different plant. You don't have like a red pepper plant and an orange pepper plant and a yellow pepper plant. It's all the same. It just depends on the length of time that they've been on the vine. Something else about red peppers, what do I have? Yeah, they have a natural sweetness to them. So if you're just starting your kids off on peppers, start with a red or an orange, right? And then you can introduce yellow, which is not as sweet, right? And then green sometimes just has a little bit of the, I would say like a bit of a bitterness to it that a red pepper doesn't have, okay? So I don't even really need to stir that in because it's gonna simmer all day long. What is next? 1 cup of onions. Here's a kitchen hack for you if you don't already do this. Okay, yes, diced onions in the freezer section. No more tearing up as you're cutting onions, okay? They are gonna be packed at their peak ripeness. So in terms of not having I don't know if your onions have ever been as old as mine and then start turning soft, okay? Never gonna happen with frozen diced onions. Love it, great kitchen hack. I highly recommend that one. And onions, of course, have a sulfur compound that inhibits inflammation. So not only is it quick and convenient, onions are great for you. And they also contain a flavonoid. Ooh. As you can tell, I'm reading my notes. And it's a potent antioxidant that protects our cells from damage. So onions are a fantastic thing to add to pretty much any meal. And because they soak in the flavor, they don't really have their own flavor when you put them in things like soups and stews and chilies. Next up is our garlic. Okay, and I'm just gonna press it right in. Look at that. Garlic is amazing. It is a prebiotic food, which means that it feeds all of the probiotics in your gut. Okay, and your probiotics, some people might take probiotic supplements. Your probiotics need to be fed. They need to be fed prebiotics. So you need to find things like onions and garlic. Those have prebiotics in them, which feed your healthy gut bacteria, which is really important for a good digestive system. And garlic has also helps with inflammation, and it is a potent superfood with antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral properties. My little old granny, she used to spread garlic on her toast, which kept her healthy, but man, it was hard to give her a kiss hello when we went to visit because she would be all garlicky. Okay, maybe too much information for you. All right, now we have our spices. And I wanted to say something about the spices. So I have 2 teaspoons of chili powder. All right, so your chili powder, your paprika, your cayenne, all of those peppers, right? They are going to be amazing with boosting your metabolism and increasing your circulation. So I need 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a teaspoon of paprika. Here's a tip. If you ever run out of chili powder, go ahead and just substitute taco seasoning. Okay, that will go really nicely into chili, and it might actually add some extra flavors that you enjoy. And how much? Okay, cayenne, if you like it spicy, put in some cayenne pepper. That will give it some spice. We're like working up to it, so I literally just do a pinch of cayenne. And it does want some ground cumin. teaspoon of ground cumin. Now cumin helps your immune system and it has anti-cancer properties to it. Those are our spices. Next, I'm going to put in some diced tomato. Now here, if you have picky eaters in your house like I do, they don't like to see chunks of tomato. I don't know why, but they don't. So I've gone ahead and I've just put this can of diced tomato through the blender real quick. Okay, not to completely liquefy it, but just to break down most of the chunks so that they can't see them. Okay, because they like tomato sauce, they like pasta sauce, right? They just don't like chunks of tomato. So I make it easier for them by pureeing it up. And tomatoes, as you know, contain vitamin C, fiber, and they contain lipine, which has incredible anti-cancer properties to it. So here's a culinary tip for you that I'm going to read to you. Deseeding your tomatoes makes them less soggy and helps maintain the crunch and texture. So not so much for a chili, but if you're using them in a recipe like a salad and you want the tomatoes to stick around for more than just a day and not wilt the rest of your salad, deseed them will help them to maintain their structure and their crunch. And don't forget, don't put your tomatoes in the fridge. They like to be on the counter. All right, looks like we're almost done. Next up is half a cup of chicken broth. And I make my own chicken stock. When I get a rotisserie chicken from Costco, for example, I throw all the bones, top it up with water, some veggies. I put it in my Instant Pot and I let it do its thing and I get awesome chicken stock. So how I store it is I pour it into my muffin tins like this, and then I get nice half cup chicken stock that I can use whenever I need to. So I'm just gonna put that whole little puck in there. So some days, especially as the weather gets colder, I take 2 of those and I put them in a mug and I microwave it, 3 minutes on high, and it's this nice, it's like a comfort food. It's this nice, soothing, really good for you chicken stock that you can just sip like tea. Amazing, okay? That recipe is in my Complete Healthy Kitchen program. And just an added bonus for people who take on that added accountability and support through filling in the nutritional gaps and getting some amazing recipes. All right, last but not least, my bay leaf. That is the last thing that goes in here, but somehow I forgot the celery. This is why I put it out, so that I don't forget ingredients. Okay, and celery, it said 2/3 of a cup of chopped celery. You can decide how big or small that you want it. I chose 3 stalks. That'll be about 2 1/3 cups. And celery, of course, as you know, adds lots of amazing fiber, all that roughage, and it gives a little bit of crunch and color. All right. Now we are done. Our chili is ready to go and sit on the slow cooker for 4 hours, okay? Stir it a couple times and it's all set. So there you go, turkey chili, and you can either make it as a freezer meal, serve it up later, do it in the frying pan, do it all at once, put it in your slow cooker. Such a versatile recipe. Again, let me know in the comments if you would like the recipe. I'd be happy to share it with you. And I hope that you appreciated some of the culinary nutrition tips that are in this video to let you know why and how these spices and ingredients work together to build health in your body, okay? When you're serving this up, you can add some fresh parsley on top. That'll give it an extra little nutritional boost as well as make it look pretty. And I hope that you give this turkey chili a try. Thanks so much for watching. With love from the kitchen. Bye, have a great week.